as Jax Teller, who has been going at things solo for quite some time, he took a little bit of a break and he's come back with some of his old buddies of the Sam Crow group to reform the SOA. And of course, Daryl Dixon, who is probably Jax's longest time rival on our show, he has enlisted the help of his good friends, Rick and Carl Grimes, the Grime Boys, making their return to the ring as well after a little bit of an absence, but looks like they haven't lost anything. There should be an epic confrontation. Jax feels that he gets screwed over quite a bit around here, and that Daryl seems to have, top billing, which here on Dream Masters, folks, I can tell you, we don't book these. We put the matches together, folks. We don't play them. We have no control of the outcome. And apparently, Jax Teller and the talent kind of feel that it seems that things don't always go Jax's way. Well, it has nothing to do with us. I can tell you that right now. As we're sitting here watching right now, as Jax and Daryl start this thing off in the six-man tag team contest. Nice backbreaker by Daryl Dixon. Followed up by a Dragon Sleeper. These two have had a very heated rivalry, Jax and Daryl, in the absence of everyone. I had wondered what happened to Jax after he had won the hardcore title, the Dream Masters title from Daryl Dixon. And then immediately right after that, just similar to it was something that happened around New Year's this year, someone cashed in the briefcase and actually took the title back from him, which was utterly annoying to Jax, I'm sure. As now Rick Grimes makes his return to the ring, and as he tags in Opie, and Opie tags in Tigger. Quick tags right there, and Tigger absolutely misses Rick. Goes to work on the arm. Nice move by Tig, smart move. Shot to the elbow. Interesting, these are the guys that Jax decided to bring with him to Dream Masters to enlist the help of his brothers, I guess. Brothers in arms. Kick to the back. This guy's a nasty customer, is this Tigger. And Rick, not really phased much with a kick to the head and a nice neck breaker. Shot to the back of the area. Uh-oh. And a snap suplex by Tigger onto Rick Grimes. And Rick now front face lock. DDT by Tig, and that could be the end of it right there. Oh no. Looks like he's calling for his brothers to get in there. And as Daryl and Carl watching horror, and there's a triple power bomb by the SOA group. And Tigger goes for the pin. And Rick gets the shoulder up. Daryl coming in to trying to stop things here a little bit. Nice fireman carry down there, and he takes Tig now. Oh, Fushman Buster suplex. Nice move by Daryl Dixon. And down goes Tigger. Yeah, Rick now throws Tigger to the outside. Oh, this might not be good. Nice DDT by Rick Grimes. And if Tigger's not careful, Rick Grimes will find him as he's firing up as Rick. Oh my! And a nice move right there by the Rick KO right there. That was the Grimes KO by Rick Grimes, and here comes Carl into the ring now. And Carl's no fun there. He's a brute. This kid's a tough kid, folks. It's interesting. We have Carl on our roster, and we have Chandler Riggs, which is interesting because because Chandler Riggs played Carl on the show. In case you guys didn't know. As Carl now has a front face lock on Tigger, or Tig, or whatever that he has been called. And Carl could care less about what. Look at a nice bulldog headlock takedown by Carl, and there's a tag to Opie. Seems to be the largest member of the group. Nice shoulder block takedown. Carl right up in his face. Nice drop kick by Opie. And Carl right there to answer. Uh-oh. Must be emulating a fan of Jazz Vengeance, and that is the Deep Fried Oreo driver. And gets a 2 count. I don't know if he actually got it fully. I gotta say, I'm kind of flattered that Carl Grimes would use something of that magnitude of the Deep Fried Oreo driver that Jazz Vengeance has used for years. And Daryl trying to get this crowd fired up. As Carl now puts the head in a vice and now is talking some smack to Opie. And Opie now with a kick to the face. And runs him over with another shoulder block takedown. Using that mass as a weapon, which is a smart move, really. As Opie now is stalking Chandler. I'm sorry, Carl. And Carl's up. And oh, Carl reverse. Uh-oh. And Carl now. Deep Fried Oreo driver again. I can tell you, folks, that should do it right there. And he's also busted him open, too. And he gets his shoulder up, does Opie. Goes to show you this guy's toughness. And Opie sent to the wrong neck of woods, and he knew it. Quickly to get out of there, and he fights out of that corner, which is a smart move. And now it is Carl Grimes who finds himself in enemy territory as Tigger shot to the ribs. Also took a shot on his own partner right there. I don't know what that was all about. Maybe got a little overzealous, maybe. And oh, Carl with a nice takedown himself. And now he is stalking Tig, a nice kick to the face. Oh, he's measuring him. Uh-oh. Here was a Deep Fried Oreo driver again. That could be the end of it right there. But he's in the wrong neck of the woods as Jax breaks the cover up. Daryl comes in to try to stop Jax from doing anything further, who quickly goes out of the ring. Now, if I was Carl, I would be putting the boots to Tigger, who is up now. He had his eyes locked on Jax Teller. Maybe he had some words there, we don't really know, but couldn't hear from this vantage point. But I can tell you that he took his eyes off the ball, and that might be a costly mistake, as now Daryl is tagged in. And Daryl sent to the corner, fights out of the corner, takes down Opie. Blood pouring down the forehead of Opie. And Daryl with a nice Deep Fried Oreo driver of his own. And there goes one. I guess it's elimination style. As Daryl gets rid of one guy. And Tig now sent to the corner. As bull down takedown by Daryl Dixon. A lot of black in the ring right now as far as costume goes. It's almost as if Daryl Dixon and the Sons of Anarchy guys went shopping together. As now Daryl is stalking Tig. And could be another Deep Fried Oreo driver maybe? Oh my, nope. Tig knew he was in trouble and wanted to quickly get out of that. And now it is Daryl who's getting measured. And up is Daryl and driven to the mat. And Daryl gets out of that somehow as Jax went to try to do the same that Daryl did earlier, trying to make sure no one else interfered. And Jax now just stops the count. I guess Carl didn't like that very much as he sends Jax to the outside with authority. Carl watching Daryl's back, which is why it's good for these guys to... Daryl that has guys that he can reach out to when he needs them. Of course, Daryl's a proud member of the FOA. He has us always, too. As Tig now gets helped up Daryl just to drop him down with a nice DDT. I don't know why he's not going for a pin or a cover or anything. He might be making a costly error right here by allowing Daryl to recover, which he did, and now he's up. And that could be a very costly mistake. Maybe he got a little overzealous. Maybe he was tired. I don't know. As now Rick is tagged in. And Rick, oh my, what a move. And Rick now has Tig up and drops him throw first across the rope. Now tries to rip the leg off of Tig. Kind of how to ride a motorcycle with no leg. Or one leg. I don't really know. I never rode a motorcycle, so I wouldn't know. But I'm imagining it would be difficult to ride a motorcycle with more than one, without one of two legs. And a nice knee drop to the forehead. As Rick now is all fired up. And boom, right there. There's the Rick KO. Or the Grimes KO, one of the two. And Daryl takes down Jax. Carl gets a kick in for good measure. I think Carol actually got tagged in, actually, by Daryl. And Daryl is taken out. And now Tig takes down Carl. Apparently Carl is the legal man. Rick right there to stop the pin on his son. Thankfully Rick was there. Daryl also back up in the apron. Tig is in the wrong neck of the woods. We go getting pins. Could be the inexperience. I know that Jax has been here before, but this is really the first time Tig and Opie have been in this environment. Opie's already been eliminated, which makes it a 3-on-2 in essence. As Tig wants, I think it would be a smart idea for them to get it down to at least 2-on-2. As now this is a nice DDT by Tig on a Carl. And Carl now sent to the enemy, not so nice neck of the woods. And Tig, again, not following up or taking his time to do so. You cannot do that with someone like Carl Grimes. And now Daryl, as Jax is going high, and gets hurled at at Carl Grimes. Kick to the spine, kick to the ankle. And Jax, the captain of this team, trying to get out of that. Oh my, Carl turns things around. And if you're Jax Teller, what does it do to your psyche if Carl Grimes is the one that puts you down? And now Carl is looking for help from his comrades. As his dad comes in to help. Nice move right there. Daryl watches as Carl and Rick gets a 2 count for his troubles. I don't know why Daryl wouldn't get involved there. Kind of making a mockery of the fact there's 3 of them and only 2 of the other guys who did the triple power bomb earlier tonight, which did not end up getting a pinfall yet. As now Jax finds himself in some problems with Daryl again. Stomp to the top of the head, and now a neck cramp for Daryl's onto Jax. Jax slammed to the mat. Referee, we've been noticing the last, several months now, we've been saying how the referees must feel on our show when they're having to call these matches. And I quite frankly wouldn't know how to handle that. In the wrestling business, 21 years as I've been, if I had to referee a match between some of these guys that we have on our roster, I don't know if I'd be able to handle that. As a pin right now by Jax Teller, a hell of a move, by the way. And Tig took offense to Rick Grimes taking a cheap shot and nice back suplex for his troubles. As now Jax power bomb to Rick for punishment as well. Tig now has Daryl up and takes him down. Daryl is the legal man, ladies and gentlemen. Rick was coming in to kind of even the score, but it kind of backfired a little bit. Jack's going for a pin again. And now he gets rid of his nemesis, Daryl. So now it's down to the Grime Boys and Jax and Tigger of the SOA. It is now, in essence, a tag team match as Grimes is up. And nice full body press and the pin on the outside. How about that? And that's it. Tigger's gone. I'm sorry, Jax Teller's gone. Which means there's one guy left. And it's Tigger versus the Grime Boys. That was a quick turn of events, folks. As Tig now looks to take out the oldest member of the group, Rick Grimes. Don't let his age fool you, though. He's hungry like a cat and fast and furious and tough and strong, and he's still ready to go as he's taken down with a DDT by Tig. Doesn't look very strong and tough right now, folks, but don't worry. I'm sure with his return here tonight, I'm sure we'll see him more often. And I'm sure the feud between Jax Teller and the SOA group and the TWD group is far from over as well. It's a nice takedown there. And now it is in essence a one-on-one as Tigger must now face Carl, the youngest member of the group. And oddly enough, he takes his eyes off the ball, which is not a very wise move. I think he got a little overzealous as Carl with a power bomb turns the guy inside out. I think he got a little overconfident, folks. I think he thought he was going to be done and over with when he got down to Carl. Thought he was a pushover, but he's finding out right now he is not such a pushover. And now another deep fried Oreo driver by Carl Grimes, and that could be the end of it right there. And it is indeed. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And Carl picks up for match number 2. Hell of a match it was, folks. Great 6-man contest. I didn't realize it was elimination style, but it is quite amusing. It was a great match. Well fought. Jax Teller tried again, but this time again the Walking Dead guys seemed to get the best of him. But if it made him feel any better, he was the one that took out his old nemesis, Daryl. As Daryl has been taken down by... But in the end, it was this kid right here. And now the rest of the group back up and celebrating. As the Walking Dead boys and the Grime Boys and the Dixonator have indeed come back in full force. And what is next for these guys? Stick around, we got more action coming your way.